All righty, folks. It is the day after Fed Day. We are talking about the aftermath. We're also going to talk about some new loan products, but let's bring on the one and only Dustin from Convoy Home Loans. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So it's been about 24 hours or so. What were your takeaways from Fed Day? What did you get? What did you see? What's going on?
Uh, So I was honestly shocked. Um, and me coming from, being in the mortgage industry where rates potentially being lower is better for me, right? In the near term, right? That's great. That's what we had to market. Rates are going to come back down. We still have that in our lights, but I really think the Feds dropped the ball. This may not be a popular opinion, but they had a chance to from everything we had the last 2 months to not be so dovish. And I was telling clients over the last week that look, I think there's going to be two, maybe one, maybe three Fed officials that will say when we look at the dot plot, there may be another hike. Not
Oh,
just
me too. That's amazing to hear you say that. You're the only person so far that actually thought one of those dots would be higher. I was so disappointed that none of them had the balls to say we got to go
that.
higher. Not that they would go higher, but just the threat of going higher. And nobody had it. That was a gigantic mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, they were way too dovish. They had everything lined up to at least instill some sort of fear. Because there's something that I might be missing. I didn't study econ or have the econ background like you do, but I follow the market well enough, and at least in my opinion, I don't think they did a good job of really being able to have a chance of keeping rates above 7 at 7 for the rest of the year, which I think we need because it's a two-sided double-edged sword, whatever you want to call it for me, where yes, lower rates help us in the industry, mortgage industry, survive short term. I'm looking bigger picture, long term.
Yeah.
Like this is not the move long term to have a
I, I
sustainable,
I'm so
mortgage
happy
fee.
to I love having this conversation. So few are willing to go out this far. I was imploring rates to stay above 7%. I wanted the Fed to at least threaten that we were going higher. Not that they would, but just the threat. And also, they're still calling for three. I don't get this. Three rate cuts, GDP stronger, inflation stronger, job market stronger, but we're going to cut
Right.
rates. I mean, really? I don't get it. What's going on?
What they changed inflation to a target, I should say, to 2.6 instead of two
Two, four,
four.
right?
We had GDP to basically a 50% increase,
Yeah, 1.4 to 2.1,
right?
50% bump.
Yep.
Yep.
Saw that. And then unemployment down to, I don't know,
Four
4.
from 4.1.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not an econ major, didn't study econ, but just those three, if you've been following the market for a
Uh,
month, would be able to figure out that that's not
yeah, we've had
what I
five
thought.
inflationary hot inflation. It's just I the only thing I can think of is there's some boogeyman behind maybe in the banking sector or something where a threat of higher rates would cause just a cataclysmic collapse. Maybe. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. Um, but it's funny. Last night I sent out a tweet. I guess I don't know. What do you on X? Are they still tweets on X? I guess they're X.
Sure.
I said, watch out. Rates going sub 7 by Friday after the Fed. So and let's be very clear. I think rate sub 7 is a problem. Did you see the pending home sales number this morning?
Oh, that was also
Wild.
when I was drinking my 1 ounce of morning coffee that I was allowed trying to get the kids out to school. Seeing that, I was like, did I just read that wrong? Was there supposed to be a 3 in front of that? Because all the experts were predicting, for I think it
Yeah,
was, they
three.
predicted 3.9,
Yeah, 3.9,
right?
3.95, 3.92.
Came in
Yeah,
at
all
four, three,
four,
five. What?
basically 4.8, basically 4.4. It was 4.38 million. It's
There you
crazy.
go. Like that. That's not
That's not a
a
small
miss that
miss.
big. Yeah, that's a pretty. ridiculous miss by the experts.
Well,
That
the
we
good news is I have receipts because on Monday morning I said this number is going to be a blowout, and these freaking idiots don't know what they're talking about. These experts are not even in the industry, so I got
we don't
receipts.
have a pulse on it. You know, that's the
They're
problem that a
talking
lot of
agents.
exactly.
These
Yeah.
these a bunch of economists sitting around looking at Excel spreadsheets. Ah,
I
it
mean,
was
we
bad.
see it here too. Like, I'm not a real estate agent. Everybody knows that, but I work with real estate agents, right?
Yeah.
So I get to speak with them all the time. The amount of in the last 2 months, multiple offers where I've got to now sit here, and I'm not complaining about this, but it is
No.
frustrating because when I have clients 3 months ago that are submitting offers, getting all the credits, being the only offer on the table, to now having 6, 8, going some 15, 20% over asking. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
this is what happens when we get to this point, and it's
Yeah.
might
Rates
be a
going
little too
sub
hot
7
now.
is not good. The
Yeah,
only thing that can slow this down and buy time is above 7. We have learned with evidence that 7.02 slows the market down and 6.98 speeds it up.
yeah,
Consumers are stupid. You and I
yeah,
both know a 4 basis point move makes like a 7 cent difference on a mortgage,
yeah.
but 7 bad, 6 good. That is where we are. And if we go sub 7 on Friday, like I think we will, watch out. Sub 7 in the spring selling season, we're going to see this inventory build, which everybody's been happy about. It'll disappear in a hot minute.
I completely agree.
Crazy. Instead of ranting only about the Fed, I think we should talk about some new products that Convoy Home Mortgage is bringing out that people should be excited about. So, what are you guys creating now?
So this has been teeter-tottering for a while, on, off, and one big thing that has now officially, I think, going to stay here for a while because we signed a contract that's going to be through the end of the year, is a 85% loan to value purchase on DSCR. This is something that is only available on purchases. It's not for all of our DSCR products. So if you call us, we'll go through like the credit you need, the DSCR you need. The rate's obviously a little bit higher, but I was going over this product with a pretty big investor of mine, or client of mine that's an investor. And essentially it shaped out to where the rate was like 8.75, putting 15% down. Okay.
Not bad.
Instead of being at 7.75 with 20% down. And in his mind, he was like, look, I would rather have 4 properties than 3, and I'll bank on the appreciation being larger than the payment difference between 7.75 and 8.75. Some of you may agree with them, some of you may not, but that is a play that's back in, and it's a tool that you should use in case you want
Yeah.
to use it.
Yeah, just to be clear, folks, one rental at a time. We do not do that, but there are lots of other investors that bet on appreciation. I do not bless that, but no, I understand. A lot of folks in Southern California can't have cash flow, so they are betting on appreciation. It makes total sense.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can still hear me because I
I can't.
lost you.
Oh, well, there we go. Still hear you.
I
It's
don't know
funny.
what happened.